What is going on, everyone? Platinum Beast coming at you with yet another video. Today we are going to be talking about small gold versus big gold. Which should you buy? Which is the best? And things of that nature. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay guys, so today's topic is on small gold versus big gold. Which one should you buy? Which one is the best for stacking? What are my opinions and thoughts on it? And things of that nature. So let's get into this discussion. So as you all know, I have both small gold pieces and large gold pieces. And there's definitely a difference in small gold versus large gold and the pieces of gold that you have and your stacking strategy overall. Now, I realize that everyone's budget is different, so I know that not everyone can afford big pieces, and so small pieces are much more in your budget category. Now, I also realize that rather than getting small pieces, you could save up for one big piece. But a lot of people have a hard time doing that. I am no exception to that rule. But I want to talk about today my thoughts on both of these different sort of sizes and pieces. So I'm a big fan of the Mexican gold. And as you can see here, I've got my Dos Peso, I've got my Dos y Medio Peso, and I've got my 50 peso, which is the biggest gold coin ever. Almost an ounce and a quarter. Not quite, but almost. And that's pretty epic piece for sure. But I also like these small pieces. Now, I definitely paid premium on these small pieces, and I actually got this 50 peso below spot on a private sale. And funny enough, I've made, I don't know, $300 or $400 on this piece just based on spot increasing. So this was an excellent buy at the time. But I want to talk about pros and cons of both of these large gold pieces and small gold pieces. So obviously the pros to the large pieces are going to be that you will typically pay less premium for large pieces of gold versus small pieces of gold, making it so that you get more gold for your money overall. Now, the pros to the small gold pieces is it is much easier to accumulate small pieces for most individuals because that's what fits in their budget. And so they are able to accumulate over time and grow their stack by just putting in a little bit here, a little bit there over time. Both options are great in my opinion because the majority of people do not stack gold or silver on any level really. So just the fact that you are stacking gold is a plus in my opinion. Now, one thing you can do with these small pieces is when you pay a higher premium than larger pieces, but you're stacking the small pieces, at some point you'll have enough small pieces that you can trade in for a large piece. Now, what do I mean by trade in? I mean, you can sell the small pieces, get all the money for it, and then pick yourself up a large piece for a lower premium. I have done this in the past with smaller pieces of really all different metals to get larger pieces with lower premiums and things of that nature. And that is an excellent strategy to go for sure. Now, this little gold piece, this little $1 gold, this is more of a higher numismatic, highly sought after piece that carries a much higher premium than its gold content. Now, I got this for a very good deal. And funny enough, this is my only pre-33 gold so far. But this is the same example kind of falls for this coin, right? I paid a fairly substantial premium for this $1 gold piece, but that's because of its collectability and numismatic value versus its weight value. If I were to buy a $10 gold eagle or a $20 gold eagle, chances are I could get close to spot in that purchase. So overall, I would save money by buying that. Now this I bought mainly because I just thought it was super cool. The smallest US Mint coin ever produced. And it's made out of gold and it's $1. It's funny to think that this little piece of gold was only worth $1 back in 1854. But I guess in 1854, $1 was like, I don't know, $100 today, maybe. I'm not sure what the inflation equals out to, but that's something cool about that small coin. But neither large nor small is a bad option if you are looking to stack gold. There are definitely pros to large over small, and also pros to small over large. So you can't really go wrong with either. Now, one thing I want to talk about with the large gold pieces is their liquidity. Because of the rise in spot price of gold, this coin goes for over $2,000. Most people don't have $2,000 cash to just spend on a coin just outright. And a lot of people have a hard time just buying one piece with $2,000 even if they had it. You know, they'd rather have a ½ ounce gold, a ¼ ounce platinum, and a tube of eagles or something like that. Because that's more fun. That makes the stacking game a lot more interesting for most individuals rather than just purchasing one little piece. Now, some people do have that much money, and hey, that's cool. But not everyone does, and even the ones that do don't always want to spend it all on one piece. They have a hard time doing that. So the liquidity of this coin could potentially become difficult in terms of selling it, because I'm much more likely to get a quick $100 or 115 or whatever these are going for right now for this Dos Pesos, because most people have $100 that they can spend. I might have to sit on this peso or even take a little bit less than what I might be able to get just to sell this and get the money back out of it. So it's something to think about when thinking about large pieces versus small pieces. Of course, the online bullion dealers are always looking to buy. So if you can't find a private individual to sell your metals to, that is always an option. And I have heard good stories of people taking that route. You will obviously get less money selling to the dealers than you would selling to a private individual. But that is something to keep in mind as well when stacking big versus small pieces. Now, one thing I want to talk about is premiums on small pieces. So as you can see here, I've got these little tiny gold dos and dos y medio pesos that I purchased for fairly reasonable premiums, to be honest. I never pay high premiums for this stuff because it's somewhat circulated / just junk gold, I guess you would call it. Which means that these were just coins that were made for circulation. Sometimes they're restrikes. The dos y medio, the dos, they could be restrikes, I'm not sure. But regardless, usually you're going to pay low premiums for this 90 to 92% junk gold, as I'm going to call it. Whereas if you were to get a 1/10 ounce gold American Eagle, you're going to pay a substantially higher premium. So one tip for going for the small gold is I highly suggest picking up either junk US gold or junk Mexican gold or Austrian and things of that nature. I also have this Ducat that I purchased for basically at spot with a deal they were having on eBay with the eBay bucks. But this is another kind of foreign coin that you can get for fairly low premiums. I believe this has 0.11 ounces of gold. So that's another thing. If you find the kind of odd numbers, odd weights in gold pieces, such as these, I believe they're 90% dos pesos, you're going to pay probably lower premium because that's not a pure gold coin. Now, I know that the gold eagles are not pure, but in a sense, they are bullion, whereas this is coinage, I guess. So people are willing to pay less premium for these random odd weight, odd percentages gold coins versus minted bullion. So that's one thing to keep in mind. If you go the small pieces, I highly suggest going for the odd numbers, odd weights. I know it's tempting to just get eagles and, you know, maple leafs and things of that nature, but you're going to pay a much higher premium than if you would have just gone for the junk, so to speak, pieces. This 50 pesos can also be considered a piece of junk, junk gold, I guess, so to speak. And that's why I paid such a low premium for it. If I were to get a gold eagle, I probably would have paid a higher premium, even though they're both very large pieces. So that's why I like the 90% / odd weight gold pieces, is because you can pay the lowest premium. So it's something to keep in mind whether you're going big or small pieces. There is 90% and other odd weight and numbers that you can pick up in both sizes. So overall, guys, I just wanted to kind of make a point in this video talking about how you really can't go wrong with either size, and either size is a good option, and there are definitely pros and cons to both. But if you're stacking gold, you're really doing things right anyways, so you can't go wrong with either. So with all that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you in future videos, and until next time, we will see you.